I'm Timothy, and I'm an alcoholic. So when I found out that I was supposed to talk tonight, it was when I walked in the door, and Darren said, oh, you're here, so you're talking tonight. And I said, oh yeah, I forgot. And I was in the parking lot deleting the message I had on my calendar. It's like, I know I'm here. Why do I have this message on my calendar reminding me to be here? I mean, I come here when I come here, and then, it's like, oh, that's why. And I deleted it. So the moral of that story is always wear your glasses when you're looking at your phone. And when I sat down thinking to myself, well, what should I talk about? And I thought, maybe step 11, And I thought, probably my imagination, but I'll just talk on whatever step I end up getting lined up with. And of course, step 11 shows up as the one that I read. So, okay, that's God's way of saying you'll be talking about step 11. And sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understand Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. And my conception of God is not just some entity or some guy with a white beard, or whatever God looks like. If you have your God glasses on, everywhere you look, you'll see God. That, to me, is what God is. And if you see from God, you will see nothing but God. And that's what it means when it says there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find Him now. And it was a cultural thing to call God a him, and we left Him in the steps just because we don't want to change what seems to be working for people. But it's certainly not asking some kind of male entity. It's, to me, it's not that. And when people have near-death experiences, whatever their faith is what they tend to see after they die and come back. So if they're Jewish, they see Jewish something. If they're Christian, they see something Christian. If they're Buddhist, and etc. But they all have an encounter with love and divine being. And so the way I've experienced it is Jesus is my higher power, saved me from insanity. I was going to kill myself when I was 16 years old, and I just simply asked, if there's a God, please help me. And I heard 3 words: rest my child. And I went from suicidal to sleep, and I hadn't slept in days. And the next morning I woke up and I was free of the blades of glass that were cutting my mind, and I was feeling blood come out of my brain. I was seeing stuff. I mean, I had some serious issues. But, my experience then, before I sobered up, and now is the same, is that when I give it up, God shows up. There's not been a 3-day waiting period. And if I'm doing step 3, I'm going to be in good shape. And I ask God every day for every step of the way. And even if I don't mean it, even if I think I can't do it, even if it seems meaningless, like I know I'm never going to change that. I can't change that. But I just keep surrendering it, and I keep turning it over. And the odd thing is that even keeping our defects of character is a blessing, because we can use it for helping others, right? And I think that's what this step is about. It's about us, and informing each other about who we really are, which is children of God. And the Big Book says that as people that believe in God, we don't grovel or in front of people, and we don't beat people over the head with anything, but we don't crawl and grovel either, though. You know, it's like we have confidence without conceit. Maybe that's a way of putting it. And I know that when I'm doing my best to make amends to people, step 11 falls into place a lot better, you know, than if I'm holding something back. But step 11 works even when I fall short, you know. And it's like I feel like God is constantly talking to us, you know, and gives us exactly what we need at exactly the moment we need it if we're listening, you know. And if we have love in our hearts for ourselves and other people as we love ourselves, and we love God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, then we're doing what the steps are all about, which is just love, you know. And people in this program, when I first came in, they stood up and they said a prayer first. You know, it's like first things first, prayers first. And but getting into contact with our true selves without a conscience problem means that we face all our fears. You know, step 4 and 5, 8 and 9, and we stay fearless through step 10. You know, and we clean out all the things that come between us and each other, you know. And that's why the traditions talk about, you know, there's no politics, there's no religion, there's no separation. We can all believe anything we darn well please, but we don't make big fusses about it here. We just love each other, and that's all we do here. There's only one requirement for membership. I heard it in my first meeting, is the desire to stay sober. And the second thing they said right after that was a fifth tradition. We're only here to help the still suffering alcoholic. And if we're alcoholic and we're suffering at any level, we're still suffering. So, you know, we're always here for each other. AA ain't a contest, you know. I've met a couple of people in my life where they were sober when it was just A. You know, and most of those people are gone these days. You know, there's not too many real old timers around, you know. And but I got to tell you, this step just beautifies everything, you know. And if you want to see the beauty of life, do this step. And I love you. I'll pass.